Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're doing cumulative frequency graphs, or cumulative frequency curves. Okay, so here's an example of a cumulative frequency curve. It always has this basic kind of shape. We call it an ogive, but that's not really important to know. It always looks like this, and we have a cumulative frequency on the y-axis, and here is whatever the data value is on the x-axis, okay? So this means, for example, here, that about 25 or 24 data values are less than 30, for instance. And here we have about 70 data values are less than 50 or 49 or whatever that is. Okay, so that's how it works. Let's see how to actually produce the graphs. So you make these kind of graphs from group data, and here we have some speeds. Alright, so in this case we've got 7 cars in this range, and then we got 25 cars in this range. Okay, and this is a cumulative total, so the total is 7 plus 25 is 32, right? And if you do 7 plus 25 plus 63, you get 95, and so forth. Okay, so let's figure out what A is. There's a cumulative total of 95 up to this point, plus another 70, that's going to be 165. And here we have 236 plus 49. So the cumulative total should be 275 if you add that together. Okay, so everything's filled out and it goes all the way up to 140. So let's figure out what our scale is going to be. This is always the frequencies here. It goes up to 300. So maybe we'll go up like 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. Oh, maybe that's it. Is it 200, 300? Yeah, okay, let's do that. I guess I could have filled out more space, but I think it would have messed up the scale a little bit. So it's 200, 300. And this is always cumulative frequency here, so you can label your axes like that. And then the bottom is always whatever the data value is. This is speeds. It goes up to 140, but it kind of starts at 60. So I'll start at 60, and I've made a break in the graph so you can make this symbol. 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 11, 12, 140 is right there. Okay, so that's speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, and the title will be car speeds passing at a point on the highway, so you can just write that as a title. Okay, and then cumulative frequency on the side, cumulative cars on the side or something, number of cars maybe. Anyway, to graph that, we got 0 up to the 60 point. Let me do this in reds. We got 0 up to that point. Then up to 70, we have a cumulative total of 7. So we're going to be graphing these points. Okay, up to 70, we got a cumulative total of 7. Now I've got this up to 50, so 7 is going to be way down there, really tiny. Then we've got 80, we've got 32, so 80. 32, now it's 50, this is 25, so 32 is something like that. So then we've got 70, 80, 90, 90, 95 is almost at 100. Then the next one at 165, that's 150, it's 175, so right there. The next one's at 236, 250 is there, okay. And the next one's at 275. So that's 250, that's 275 is exactly there. Then we've got 295. Almost at 300. And then we finally get to 300. So it makes a nice smooth curve like that. Okay, so that's the graph. Use your graph to determine the percentage of cars traveling at speed in excess of 105 kilometers per hour. So the speeds on the bottom, so 70, 80, 90, 105, is right there. Right, so we can go up from 105, then across is a little bit more than 200. Maybe I'll say about 210. Well, 210 are less than that amount, so about 90 are more than that amount, so be careful of the wording. Use your graph to determine the speed at which is exceeded by 15% of cars. So 15% of cars, we got to do 15% of 300. 15% of 300. 10% is 30, 5% is 15, so that's 45. So we want to get the top 45 cars. Okay, the top 50 is right there. Top 45 would be like right there. So we go across and down. It's about, what is that, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 115. So it's about 115 kilometers per hour. 50% of cars are driving between what two speeds? I guess you can pick any old interval for 50%, but this probably should say the middle 50%. That's what you're usually interested in. So for that, we'll just look at the range from the Q3 and the Q1. Okay, let me just use a different color. Q3, we get 25% of 300 is 75. So we can go across from 75 to get Q3. Okay, we go down here, and that's 70, 85. It's about 85. And Q1 is up, Q3. That was Q1 down there. Q3 is across here and down, so that's about 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. Okay, so 50% of the cars are driving between 85 and 810 kilometers per hour. Okay, now let's take a look at another question. We've got the graph already done for us. Write down the number of students who scored more than 40 marks or less. So there's 40. So we go up and across, and 100 students scored 40 marks or less. The middle 50% are between A and B marks. So we need to Q1 and Q3 again. Q1, well, 25% of 800 is 200, so Q1 will be right across here. So that's 60. Q1 equals 60. Q3 is across from 600. So that's 75. Okay, so between 60 and 75. Be careful, that's not the IQR, right? If they ask you for the IQR, you're actually going to subtract those numbers. IQR is 15. Find the 90th percentile. That is the point at which 90% of scores are below that point. Okay? So 90% of scores are below the 90th percentile. So 90% of 800 equals 7. Oh, sorry, we got to do the test scores. No, that's right. 90% of 800 participants in the test is 720. So we need to go across from 720. That's 750. 720 is right there. Oops. Alright, then go down. We probably got about 82%. So this answer is about 82%.